There are more than 50 IDEs available today in the market just for development purposes. And every IDE has its own strengths and weaknesses. So in this case, which one you should use and why? Let me share best 5 IDEs just for web development purpose from my own experience. Also, the interesting thing is they all are open source. So if you want to contribute, you can within their GitHub repo. Before I dive deeper, let me share exactly what is an IDE. Because I asked this question to many newbie developers in an interview and I'm surprised with their answer. They generally say Notepad or Notepad++. They are text editors, not the IDE. So what exactly an IDE? IDE has 5 characteristics. The first is code editor. An IDE provides a rich text editor with features such as syntax highlighter, auto indentation, and intelligent code compilation. And the second is compiler or interpreter. An IDE integrates with compilers or interpreters to translate the written code into executable program. So developers can write, compile, and execute the program from one single place. The third is debugger. IDE have tools that help programmers to test and debug their code directly within the environment. It allows them to inspect, set breakpoints, and control the execution flow to find and fix the errors. And the fourth is build automation. IDE include tools that automate common tasks such as building executables, managing dependencies, etc. And finally, version control system integration. IDE offers built-in support for version control systems like Git, SVN, etc. So developers can manage their change, branch management, and view the history of their code from the IDE. Now let me share the best 5 IDEs that I have used and they're quite powerful. I will start from number 5. Number 5 is NetBeans. NetBeans started as a student project originally called Zelfie in the Czech Republic, and NetBeans is an open source. You can find the source code repository and contribute to the project on the Apache NetBeans GitHub page. NetBeans is known for its clean interface design and a strong support for Java development. I use NetBeans when I start my career to write PHP code. And the next on my list is PyCharm. PyCharm is an IDE developed by JetBrains, a company known for creating tools for professional developers. The project started with the goal of providing a more productive and efficient environment specifically for Python developers. PyCharm comes in 2 main editions, the Community Edition and the Professional Edition. The Community Edition of PyCharm is indeed open source, which allows developers to contribute and to modify the code under the Apache license. This repository includes not just PyCharm but also the IntelliJ platform. PyCharm supports Python but also it supports many other languages like JavaScript, HTML, TypeScript, and more. I used PyCharm when I was doing a deep dive into the Python. You must be wondering, I am known for my C# skills and I'm a C# developer, so why I was using Python? Wait for the next video. And the next in my list is Eclipse. Eclipse started as a project by IBM in 2001, originally building on a system called Visual Edge. IBM wanted to create a more powerful and adaptable tool, and that's why the development of Eclipse started. They made it open source project, meaning anyone could use it or improve it. Today, Eclipse supports many programming languages like C, C++, PHP, Python, Java, and more. And I remember I have used Eclipse when I was working on a Java-based project. And I was totally surprised with the support, especially the plugin support. In simple words, they have a plugin for everything. And the next is IntelliJ IDEA. It's a flagship product of JetBrains, a company founded in 2000 by 3 software engineers. And it has a very interesting story. So the 3 engineers want to develop a product which they want to use themselves. IntelliJ IDEA is often regarded as offering superior productivity thanks to its advanced features such as its intelligent code editor. And it comes in 2 editions, the Community and the Ultimate Edition. And of course, as the name suggests, the Community Edition is open source and free to use. And again, I used it in past for many C# projects. And now, let me share my favorite editor which I'm using from last many years. It's Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code, or in short, VS Code, is one of the most popular IDE by Microsoft. It launched as a preview in April 2015 and was fully released a year later. And let me share a few interesting things about it. Electron is the main framework that enables VS Code for desktop to run on all the platforms like Windows, macOS, and Linux. So this is very lightweight and designed to work on all operating systems, including Linux, macOS, and on Windows. And yes, VS Code is open source. You can find its source code, contribute, and review its development on GitHub. As you can see, it's the official GitHub repo. And VS Code supports tons of programming languages. Initially, VS Code comes with built-in support for languages like JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, PHP, C++, C#, Java, JSON, HTML, Markdown, PowerShell, and the list goes on. For other languages, you can easily add support through extensions available in the Visual Studio Code marketplace. Let me be honest with you, tools is the one part of the equation. There's one more part, habits. I strongly believe habits can make you or habits can break you. And here I will encourage you, stop those habits which are not improving your skills. And you should know which habits you should avoid as a programmer. So I highly encourage you to watch this video, 9 habits beginner programmer must avoid. And once you know which habits to avoid, it's time to make new habits which improve your efficiency. 4 small coding habits that will change your life forever. And thank you for watching.